Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ash Freeman, and today together we're going to be moving through a Power Vinyasa class focusing on opening through our hips and through our hearts. And I say a Power Vinyasa as this is definitely going to be a bit of a stronger flow. There'll be some more challenging postures, but as always I'll be offering options and modifications. You know your body best, so please take breaks and modify whenever you need. I'll be using 2 blocks today. If you don't have blocks, don't worry too much though, you'll still get in a beautiful flow. So when you're ready, apart from that, just finding a nice safe and flat space for your mat. I'm so grateful to have you here. Let's get moving. All right, so we're going to begin today with a nice, gentle, slow warm up, and then things are going to really start to pick up after that. So joining me when you're ready in a kneeling position towards the back of your mat, and hands can either place down onto the thighs or turn up towards the sky, whichever kind of intuitively sits best with your energy and your body today. We'll just take a few moments to close the eyes, to breathe, to start to bring all parts of the mind into this space. So when you're ready, just finding that long straight spine, closing down the eyes, letting the arms become heavy, the heart become soft. And letting our key word here be ease, so not forcing or pushing the breath at all, simply noticing it. And just letting our awareness be an invitation for the breath to flow a little deeper, a little wider, a little further forward, a little further backward. And seeing if we can relax the muscles of the face, the muscles of the jaw. Seeing if we can bring mind, body and breath all into this space, all together as one today. And we'll take a releasing breath all together here. So just a deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth, sigh the breath out. Let's take one more like that. Big breath in. Letting it all go. Floating your palms to heart center, your hands together. Just bowing the head inward and taking a moment to perhaps set an intention for your practice. But if an intention doesn't float to the surface straight away, that's okay. Perhaps today we're just focusing on doing less and being more, or thinking less and feeling more. Just letting ourselves be this empty vessel for our body to let rise what needs to let rise, and to let go what needs to be released. So trusting in the wisdom of your body and in this practice of yoga. Taking one more breath in here. And then just releasing the hands down to the lap, chin down to chest. Let's find some half neck circles here, right ear to right shoulder, back down through center and over to the other side. So movement just really gentle to begin with, nice and soft and slow. Let's take one more of those to each side. Beautiful. And then coming back to center, we're going to bring our hands back down by our sides, fingertips to the mat. Inner thighs glue together, tuck the belly in. We're going to start to lean back slightly, feeling that stretch through the quads. Now maybe we start to rock back onto the tops of the feet and lift up through the knees. Again, thighs drawn in together. Option here, if it feels okay for you, we can find a balance and draw the hands to the heart. Keep the chest open and lifted. Just stretching to the fronts of the feet, the fronts of the thighs. Take one more breath in. Beautiful. And exhale onto all fours. As we inhale, drop the belly down. We're imagining like we're inside of a barrel, so stretching now to the outside. Then we round at the top and come all the way back over to the other side. So we're finding this beautiful circular motion. Opening into the front, the back, the sides of the body. Just starting to find some nice juicy movement through the spine. And let's take that in the other direction if we haven't already. You can bend through the elbows, release through the shoulders. Beautiful. Just take one more breath wherever you are. Exhale, let it go. And then we're going to come back to all fours and find our puppy pose. A nice variation of puppy is to take our hands onto our blocks, shoulder width apart, bring the hips back over the knees, and then start to melt the heart back down towards the earth. So whichever variation you've chosen here, I want you to think of being active through the arms. So we're pressing palms either down onto the blocks or into the earth, straightening through those elbows. Just breathing into the front of the chest and through the shoulders here. 3 more breaths here. And taking one more breath in, feel the body get wide. And let that breath go. Press into the hands to lift back up. Make your way back to all fours and find child's pose, sitting the hips back to the heels. Now let's find a flow with the breath. As we inhale, round the spine, come forward. As you exhale, arch and press the hips back. Twice more, inhale, rounding forward. Exhale, pressing it back. Last one. Breathing here. Exhale, pressing it back. And now let's come forward to our pigeon pose on the right hand side. So right knee slides forward, left leg back and strong. So you might take a block underneath your right hip. We're going to stay up on fingertips for our first few breaths. Now, option to stay open and lifted as you are, or maybe we start to draw that left heel in towards us. So we really feel the back of that left leg working to squeeze the heel towards the buttocks. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. Lower belly drawing in and up for our last breath in. And then exhale, coming down for 5 breaths, breathing a little deeper into the right hip. Really letting those shoulders relax. And the head be heavy. A few more moments here. Beautiful. Then walking back onto the hands, tucking your back toes, lift the back knee as we sweep the right leg, the front leg back to 3-legged dog, and then bend the knee and open through the hip. Taking one more breath in here, lift the knee up towards the sky. And as we exhale, come forward to plank pose, pausing here. Take a breath in, body gets long and strong. We're going to take 4 counts to lower down, so knees can come down or stay lifted as we lower, elbows pin in for 4, for 3, strong through the legs for 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Inhaling to our cobra, point back through the toes, lift through the heart. Exhale back to child's pose, long through the arms. Find that flow with the breath again. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, arch and push back. Twice more in your own time. Last one. And then coming forward to our pigeon on the other side, left leg forward, right up onto the fingertips, lift the heart. Breathing here, staying where you are, or drawing that right heel in. Getting active through the back of that long leg. Lower belly drawing in, heart open. Take one more breath in. Exhale, coming down for 5 breaths. So wherever feels comfortable, maybe you stay up a little higher, maybe all the way down, resting head to hands. few more moments here. Coming back to breath, and again, just allowing yourself to be. And walking back onto the hands, tucking the back toes as we lift the hips, left heel high. Take a breath in three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee and open through the hip. Pausing here, lifting the knee to the sky. Take a breath in. As we exhale, forward to plank position. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, lower all the way onto the belly this time. Coming to our locust pose. So interlace the palms behind the back, forehead to the mat. Pointing back through the toes. We're going to keep the legs down for our first round. So inhale, draw the belly in. Start to press the palms together, lift the chest. Feel the back of the body engaged. Lifting up a little higher if we can. Taking one more breath in through the nose. Fill the body with breath. And then exhale, hands by the sides. This time back to downward facing dog. Let's keep the knees bent as we start to pedal out one heel at a time. And as we do, just taking awareness to their palms. Even weight to the inner and the outer edges. Fingertips spread. And now let's settle in center in our downward facing dog. Really prioritizing the length in the spine over straight legs. All together, let's take a breath in and a releasing breath out. Now inhale to the toes, draw up through the inner thighs, start to wave forward like we did on all fours. And as you exhale, drop the knees, send the tail back, downward facing dog. Once more, inhale to toes, round and wave the spine forward. Exhale, drop the knees, send the hips back. This time we round and wave forward to high plank position. We come onto the outer edge of the right foot, Vashisthasana side plank, left arm high. Take a breath in, lift the hips away from the mat. And then we step our top foot forward, grounding down through the foot, and exhale, drop the hips, gaze to the back. Inhale, lifting up through the hips and the top arm, stretching through the left side, and exhale, hips down, gazing back. Once more, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. This time as we inhale, top arm circles all the way up and over. We square back and draw left knee in, tiger curl, hug the thigh to the belly. Inhale, staying in plank, but send the left leg back long and strong. And as we exhale, knee can come down or stay lifted, three-limbed chaturanga. Beautiful, inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. As you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Beautiful, staying here for a big breath in all together and a big breath out, sighing out the mouth. Finding two spinal waves again. Inhale to the toes, round and come forward. Exhale, drop the knees, send the hips back and high. Once more, inhale, rounding forward. Exhale, sending it right back. This time as we come forward onto the outer edge of the left foot, right arm high, breathing the hips up and away from the mat, stepping the top foot forward. As you inhale, reach the top arm up and over. And as we exhale, take the hips down, gazing to the back. Once more, inhale to lift, find length. Exhale, hips down to lower. This time as we inhale, top arm all the way up and over. Draw the knee to the chest, tiger curl, thigh to belly. Inhale back to your three-legged plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga, move through vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog and pause. Beautiful, inhale to the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, create space and length. Exhale, fold forward and release. Inhale, coming up via Utkatasana, chair pose. So sitting the hips down, reaching through those fingertips, pause. Taking one more breath in here. And then exhale, hands to heart, come to standing, close the eyes. 3 breaths here. Coming back to your center. Coming back to your breath. Taking one more breath in through the nose. And then exhale, release the arms by the sides, let's flow. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhales, come to standing, interlace the palms behind the back. Inhale, open through the heart and the chest. And as we exhale, fold forward as much as you can, keeping the heels of the hands pressing together and the weight towards the balls of the feet. One more breath in, and then hands to the lower back, release to the mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, move through your flow, through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here, arms and legs long. Exhale, letting it all go. Inhale, sweep the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, tiger curl, thigh hugs to belly. Inhale, sweeping it back and high again, heel to sky. Exhale, draw the knee in, hug the thigh to belly, seeing if we can step that right foot forward, heel toe first, then take the back knee down as we come to our low lunge here. So hands to heart, breathe the heart into the hands, open the chest. As you exhale, right hand back, left arm up, finding that twist. Taking another breath in here, reaching through the top arm. And then exhale, releasing back to center. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer, cross the thumbs, take a breath in, arms rise, gaze to the sky. Maybe finding a little bit of a heart opener, back bend here. Taking one more breath in, drawing lower belly in and up. And then exhale, hands can come to blocks or down to the mat as we find half Hanuman hamstring stretch. Taking one breath in here. And then exhale, bending front knee, tuck the back toes, keep the blocks here. As we inhale, high lunge, hands to heart, broaden the chest. Exhale, right hand back, left arm high. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze to sky, strong back leg. And exhale, hands to blocks or to the mat, straighten front leg, hamstring stretch. Again, inhale forward, hands to heart, high lunge. Exhale, right hand back, left arm high. Big stretch here. Inhale, arms overhead, Kali Mudra, gaze to sky. And exhale, hands come down, hamstring stretch. Taking one more breath in to the back of that front leg. And then exhale, bend the front knee, take blocks forward, hands to heart. Finding your warrior 3 just for a moment, starting to balance onto that front leg. And then bending, supporting leg, take the hands down to the mat. Find your runner's lunge. From here, grounding into the hands, we're going to find our downward facing dog, but our front leg is going to bend. And we're bringing the ankle onto the top of the left knee, finding figure 4, then bending through the left leg. So really deep stretch into that right hip, really strong through the arms, breathing to the belly. From here we inhale, we come forward to our plank, keeping the right leg where it is. Come onto the outer edge of your left foot, hands stay down. As we find balance, maybe we start to lift the right arm off of the sky. Now, options here, top foot can come down for balance. Maybe we start to lift the knee to the sky. So any variation that you need. Beautiful, taking one more breath in. And then we step the top foot behind us onto the balls of the foot and start to turn the hips and the heart up to the sky with the breath in, wild thing. Taking one more big breath in here, press away from the mat. And then exhale, top hand comes down, draw the knee in towards the chest, tiger curl. Inhale, sweep the right heel back and high, three-legged dog. As we exhale, come forward for a three-limb vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, hips back and high, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. And a releasing breath out. Come back to your center and back to your breath before we move to the other side. Pausing for a few more moments here. Always the option to take child's pose. All right, so let's inhale, take the left heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee forward. And again, inhale, sweep it back. And exhale, draw it forward, hold, look between the hands, seeing if we can heel toe that front foot down between the hands, back knee down, finding our flow. So hands to heart, low lunge for our breath in. And exhale, left hand back, right arm high. Stay here for the inhalation, peeling the back shoulder open. And then exhale, releasing. Hands to heart, interlace, release the pointer. Inhale, shooting energy up to the sky. And exhale, hands to the mat or to our blocks, half Hanuman. Draw the toes back. Taking one more breath in here. And then exhale, bending front knee, tuck the back toes. So same thing but in high lunge. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, left arm back, right arm high. Inhale, arms overhead, Kali Mudra, gaze to the sky. And exhale, hands to blocks or mat, pyramid pose, hamstring stretch. Once more, inhale, lunge, hands to heart. See if we can get lower, strong back leg. Exhale, left arm back, right arm high. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, arms rise up and overhead, gaze to sky. And exhale, hands to blocks, fold forward. Taking one more breath in here. And then exhale, we bend that front knee. So moving blocks aside, hands to heart as we prepare for our warrior three. Taking weight forward, start to lift the back leg up any amount. We're only here for a moment. Taking one more breath in. Bending the supporting leg, take the hands down to the mat. We find that downward facing dog with the front leg, the left heel on top of the right thigh. Flexing back through the left toes, deep bend through the right leg. Strong arms, breathing down into that left hip here. One more breath in and out. This time we inhale forward, keep the leg where it is to our plank position. Start to come onto outer blade of black foot as we begin to lift up to any variation of that side plank that you like. So again, the leg can be forward for support. Take one more breath in. And then we step the foot behind on the breath out. As we inhale, lift the hips and the heart to the sky. Opening front of body. Breathing here. Body gets light, body strong. Taking one more breath in. Circle top hand down, draw the knee to the nose, tiger curl. Inhale, sweeping back to three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, lower chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. This time, exhale, knees down, child's pose. 3 breaths here. Take one more breath in and out. and floating all the way forward and releasing down onto your belly. So from here, we're first going to come to our locust pose again. Option to have hands interlaced behind the back. Keep the legs down if you wish. Or if you'd like to move on to the next variation with me, just reaching arms back and our legs will come off the mat this time as well. So pointing back through the toes, draw lower belly in, forehead comes down to the mat to begin. On your in-breath, reach back through the fingertips, point back through the toes. Start to lift the chest, lift the legs. Imagine with your legs like you have no knees, the legs are just completely straight. Energy heading back. Can we lift a little higher? Is the breath flowing here? One more breath in. And exhale, release. One cheek to the mat, find a little rock and sway with your hips here. Beautiful, let's just take our left hand in front, bend the right knee, find a quad stretch, drawing the heel in towards the body. Softening right shoulder down towards the mat. One more breath here. And gently release that leg, let's come to the other side. Right arm in front, left knee bent, drawing the heel in. And our next variation will come to bow pose. But if you'd like to just move with either variation of locust that we've already done today, please go ahead and do so. Releasing the left leg, take arms by the side, forehead to the mat again. So if you're coming with bow, bending both knees, reaching back, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet. Now notice straight away if the knees start to open to the side, can we keep them tracking straight back behind us? Again, forehead to the ground, draw the belly up and away from the mat. Press the feet to the hands, and when you're ready, take a breath in, start to lift through the chest. Maybe you lift through the thighs and take the gaze out in front or down towards the mat. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Open through the chest. 1 more breath in. And exhale, lower back down. Release the feet gently. Take the hands by the sides. Press back to kneeling. Hips to heels. And place the palms downwards on the thighs, close down the eyes, and just come back to the breath here. And just noticing how the body's feeling, what's happening with the energy. Being really present to you. Taking 1 more breath down to the belly. Exhale, letting that breath go. Let's walk our hands forward. Step 1 leg at a time towards the top of the mat, nice and wide, Malasana. We can sit onto a block for our hips if we need as well. Bringing the elbows to the insides of the knees, lifting the heart towards the thumbs, and then drawing the shoulders down, creating length in the back of the neck. A few breaths here, just opening into the hips and into the ankles. Again, dropping out of the head and back into the heart. Less thinking, more feeling. 1 more breath in here where you are. Take hands down to the mat as we heel toe feet back underneath the hips. Release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, create space, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward, release. Inhale, rising back to Utkatasana, chair pose. Hips low, arms reaching, heart open. Take 1 more big breath in here. And then exhale to standing, hands back to heart. Again, closing the eyes, come back to your center. As we begin to move into a standing balancing series here, Just inviting you to notice where the weight sits in your feet, the inner, the outer edges, the front or the back. Can we start to feel really centered and grounded and strong through all four corners of the feet here? And with a gentle ease, just feel the body begin to grow a little taller, become a little more active. Being present to your body, present to your breath. Taking one more breath in. And release, arms down by the sides. So I'm going to have one block at the center front of my mat, and I'm also going to place another block at the center back of your mat. If you already know in half moon pose that you're happy with the hand down on the floor, you won't need your blocks, otherwise just have them ready for support. So standing up nice and tall, taking the weight into your right leg. We're going to find our standing figure 4, left ankle on top of right thigh, and slowly start to sit down. Now, if you have a flying pigeon in your practice and you'd like to take the next 5 or so breaths to go there, by all means, be my guest. Otherwise, again, can we find that brightness through the heart and softness through the shoulders? So really strong through that supporting leg. If you like a challenge, you can close down your eyes. Otherwise, now taking your gaze down towards your block, we're slowly going to start to unravel to our half moon pose. So right hand comes to the block, left hand comes to the hip. As we start to reach out through that back leg, choose one point of focus for your eyes here. Option to come to sugarcane pose by bringing the top heel in towards the buttocks and then pressing the foot towards the hand as well. Wherever you are, just taking 2 more breaths here. Drawing up through that supporting leg, standing strong. Now let's bend the supporting leg, start to reach through the top and take the arms up and overhead as the toes turn out. Big breath in. And as we exhale, sitting down to our goddess pose, little extra challenge, we lift the heels up and then sink down in our seat. Balancing here, we're going to get some sweet relief in a moment. Drawing up through that core, strong through the legs. Take one more breath in, lower down on the outs, and then arms come all the way up as we bring the feet parallel. Beautiful, walk them a little bit wider. Take the hands down to the hips. Take a breath in, draw elbows back, open the heart, exhale, folding forward, hands down to the mat. Inhale, half lift, create space, lengthen, draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. And let's stay here for 5 or so breaths. Letting all the thoughts, worries, judgments pour out through the top of the head and out onto the mat. Taking one more breath in here. Exhale, letting it go. Come up onto fingertips, lengthen again through the spine, hands to hips, lifting from the back of the heart to standing, turning to the back of your mat now. Your left leg is your leading leg. 2 options, we can come to tree pose or dancer. So for our tree pose, we step forward and we bring the foot above or below the knee. For our dancer, we step forward and we take the hand to the inner edge of the right foot. We lift nice and tall. We start to press the foot to the hand and bit by bit start to come forward. Supporting knee can be bent. If you're in your tree pose, maybe you start to extend your arms, extend your branches and take the arms high. If you're in your dancer, slowly starting to lift up tall. And wherever you are, We release the right leg, cross it over the left, starting to come to Garudasana here. So sink back down into your chair pose. Open the elbows wide and take the left arm underneath the right. Wrapping into your eagle arms, maybe wrapping the right foot behind the left ankle. Can we sit a little lower? Draw everything to the midline, lower belly in. Breathing here. Stretching behind the heart. Taking one more breath in. Releasing the arms. Arms rise up and overhead, releasing the legs. As we exhale, just shake it all out. One more breath in here, arms rise. Exhale, letting it all go. Whew. Hands back to heart. Closing through the eyes. Coming back to your body. Coming back to breath as we prepare to take our standing series to the other side. Rooting through the heels, rising through the top of the head. One more breath in. Release arms by the sides. Standing figure 4, bringing weight into your left foot, right ankle to the top of right thigh, left thigh, hands to the heart, lower down. If flying pigeon is in your practice, now is your time to go ahead and give that a go. Otherwise, just working on our balance and our strength, sinking through the hips, lifting through the heart. And of course, then just connecting back to the breath. Taking one more breath in. As you exhale, take your gaze down towards your block or down towards the floor in front of your mat. As we start to take the left hand down and unfold the right leg back behind us. Beautiful. So finding your balance again, choosing your drishti, your gaze point down on the mat. Really extending through the back leg. Option to bend top leg in and take hold of the foot here too. Whoop. So if you fall out like I just did, take a moment and come back again. Embracing those wobbles and the learning along the way. Take one more breath in. Bend the supporting leg, step all the way back. Well done. Take the arms up and overhead. As we exhale, sink down to goddess pose. Again, inhale, lifting the heels high. We pause here. Beautiful. See if we can connect to our breath. Let the breath create strength in the body. Lifting those heels, taking one more breath in. Can we sit a little lower on the breath out? And then inhale, rise up. Bring the feet parallel. Now option to take the hands straight down or releasing the hands behind the back. Take a breath in, open through the shoulders, and then exhale, tipping the heart forward, forward fold. And 5 or so breaths where you are. Again, noticing if the weight is further back into the heels, can we shift a little further forward? And then just let the head hang. Taking one more breath in. Breath out. Press the heels of the hands together, lift all the way up. And then turning back to the front of the mat. Right leg forward as we come to either our tree pose or our dancer. So finding whichever you would like to work with today. Holding the inner edge of the foot for dancer, right arm high. Pressing the foot to the hand. Choosing your drishti, choosing your gaze point as you start to tip forward, bit by bit by bit. If you're in tree, maybe we start to take the arms up to the sky, pressing the foot to the leg back to the foot. Just being with your breath. If we're in dancer, starting to come back up, standing, Wherever we are, releasing that left leg over the right, coming down to our Garudasana. So once we've landed with our legs, open out through our wings, then take our right arm under left and find the wrap of the arms. Everything drawing in and everything drawing up. At the same time, we sink down with the hips. Inner thighs coming together. Shoulders sat soft, fingertips to the sky. And then inhale, releasing the arms, releasing the legs, take arms overhead. Exhale, letting it all go. Come to stand in mountain pose at the top of the mat. Open through the heart, energy down to the fingertips and close down through the eyes. We're going to move through a really slow round of sun salutation to bring us all the way down onto the mat, all the way down onto our backs. So when you're ready, take a breath in. Arms rise slowly up and overhead. As you exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine, draw shoulders back. Exhale, hands down to the mat, stepping back to high plank. Let's just take a breath in here, lengthening out from the top of the head to the heels. And then exhale, knees down, lower chest down to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, coming to our Sphinx pose here. So bringing forearms down, revisiting Sphinx or seal with the arms straight. Just for 2 more breaths here. One more breath in. And gently releasing the chest, take the hands by the sides, press back to all fours. Let's just start to find any movement on all fours that feels good for you. So maybe it's some cat-cow, maybe it's some of those barrel rolls which we did at the beginning of class. Maybe it's just resting in child's pose for a few breaths. Moving side to side, front to back, round and round. Starting to slow through the breath. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're just going to sit the hips to the side, bring our legs out in front, take the arms out in front of you. Beautiful. Start to rock back onto the sit bones and lift up through the legs, boat pose. Staying here or bringing the hands together as we start to row our boat. So let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees together. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, we're nearly there, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach, 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 reach. Take the feet down, open through the chest, tucking under through the tail as we draw the belly back, piece by piece, starting to lower down to the mat, stopping just as the shoulders are off the mat. And then can we curl up again, lifting tall, tucking under. This is a Power Vinyasa, but we're nearly there. Curling under and then reaching through those arms, sitting right back up and tall. Last one, I promise. Tuck the tail, draw the belly back, round the shoulders, chin to chest. And let's hold for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower down. Take your arms out wide. Just find a gentle rock from side to side with the knees. Whew, well done. It is so hot and humid here. As you've probably noticed, I'm very sweaty. I'd love to hear how you're feeling. Always let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, seeing as I don't get to see you. So from here, let's bring the feet back towards the body. Heels in nice and close, feet hip distance apart, arms by the side. Let's move through some hip bridges. So when you're ready, just tuck the tail under slightly. Ground through the heels to lift up through the hips on your inhale, and your exhale, lower back down. You might add arms to the in-breath, arms up and overhead. And exhale, lower it back down. Let's continue here in our own time. Exhale, lower it back down. And again, inhale. And lowering it back down. Now I want to give two options here. So option number one will be that we lift the hips, we interlace the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders open, press through the heels to lift the hips. So this will be our option number one. Option number two will be your full wheel pose. So same starting position, hands come by the sides, fingertips facing you, elbows squeezing up towards the sky. When you're ready, on an in-breath, you press through the hands to the top of the head, you pause there, and then you press all the way up. So if wheel is in your practice, by all means go ahead. I have a funny neck today, so I'm gonna take option number one. But if wheel is really familiar for you and you'd like to go there, please go there. If you've never done it before, now's not the time. Let's move through option number one together. So when you're ready, lifting up through the hips, interlace the hands, roll the shoulders under. Beautiful. And just pressing those hips to the sky, keeping the knees tracking straight forward. Just breathing here. Taking one more breath in. If you're in option number one, start to release the hands, walk the shoulders back out, and then lower piece by piece, hips back down to the mat. If you're in wheel, slowly start to release out, tuck the chin to the chest, tops of shoulders to the mat, and again, slowly rolling back down. Wherever you are, let's just take the feet down and flat, the knees fall in towards each other, hands to the belly, close the eyes and breathe. Just letting all tension fall away, simply noticing, looking within, going inward, what feels alive and awake for you here. When you're feeling ready, we can draw the knees into the chest. Find a little rock from side to side, hugging thighs to belly. If you feel like it would feel good, you could open up the feet to the sky and find your happy baby, either in stillness or rocking. We can bring the heels in or out, the legs bent or straight. Just a few breaths to do whatever feels good for you. As always, you are your best teacher. You know your body best. Wherever you are, can you start to find some ease and softness again through the breath, through the neck, the face, heaviness through the head. Releasing the feet back down, knees come together. Let's take a twist, legs fall over to the left. Gaze over to the right. A little bit of breath into the right side of the body, waist, ribs, chest. One at a time, knees back through center and over to the other side. Starting to let go of any control of the breath, just letting it be, letting it flow with ease now. One more breath in here. And come back onto your back, right knee into chest, left leg long, hugging thigh to belly, squeezing in here, pointing those left toes. And let's swap to the other side, left leg in, right leg long. Can we find a little more length in the back of the neck as we walk the shoulders down? And then taking that left leg out long as we move towards Savasana. I just invite you to take any last movement here that would feel good for you at all. Otherwise, if you're ready, start to walk the heels wide, the arms wide, turn the palms up, and close the eyes. Maybe you land here with a soft sigh out. As we start to let bone become heavy and muscles relax down. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to be, but just giving yourself this time and space to be and breathe. And taking these next few minutes of rest to receive and to restore. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. And I invite you to stay here for as long as you have, for as long as you like. Otherwise, perhaps placing one hand over heart, one hand over the belly, and breathing a little deeper into the warmth of your palms. Taking a moment to send gratitude for this vessel, for this body, which has carried us through so much and continues to be for us every single day. For the miracle it is to have a heart that can beat, lungs that can breathe, and a mind that can think and dream and create. Let's just take a breath in here in gratitude for that. And a breath out. And connecting to the energy, sensation, heat or cool that you might feel in your fingertips and your toes. Taking a moment to notice this, to be aware of what feels alive and awake in your body. Starting to dance with that sensation as we move gently through the fingertips and through the toes. And release softly through the neck and the head from side to side. And when you're ready, just stretch your arms and your legs out long. Big breath in here. And draw your knees into your chest. Make your way onto whichever side feels most comfortable for you, keeping the eyes closed, the knees tucked in. A few moments here, perhaps we set an intention for our day ahead. We consider how we'd like to move through our day, how we'd like to move through this world. What is the message that we want to share? And slowly, when you're ready, pressing the top hand down, coming up to a comfortable seat, cross-legged or kneeling, just floating the palms to heart center, bowing the head inward. Taking a big breath in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth, letting it all go. Sending our deepest gratitude and respect for all of the teachers, students, hearts and hands that this practice of yoga has passed through, which allow us to be in this space together today. May we all be happy, may we all be healthy, and may we all enjoy our lives and our days with ease. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.